Developing news from WWE today. The color commentator for SmackDown, as he would say, broadcaster extraordinaire, and a voice that a lot of wrestling fans have gotten attached to this past year, Pat McAfee, has unfortunately tested positive for COVID-19. We'll have more information on this on today's Sportskeeda Wrestling top story of the day. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Indeed, yes, unfortunate news from WWE today. Hi, everybody. I am Kev Kellum. That is Jose G. This is the Sportskeeda Wrestling top story of the day. If you haven't done it already, why don't you hit that like button? Why don't you engage with us? Why don't you let us know what you think of this story and how this is all developing? Also, we're almost there. We're
almost there, guys.
Almost there. 20,000 subscribers. I can confirm to you the number is 80 subs away. 80 subscribers away.
We're almost there. Almost there, guys.
We also dropped a bunch of exclusives. Vince Russo joining us every Monday night covering Monday Night Raw. He had a lot to say about this week's Monday Night Raw. We also do Writing with Russo. If you haven't seen that, that's a shorter segment, maybe 15 minutes, where he kind of like presents a new story that he would pitch now if he was in the writer's room, which is really, really cool. And he has a wild one that he presents with Becky Lynch involving Seth Rollins, and that is up now as well on our YouTube channel. Let's get into this unfortunate story here with Pat McAfee. He has confirmed that he has come down with COVID-19. Pat is an extremely hardworking guy. If you don't know, outside of WWE, he has one of the more listened to sports talk radio shows in the country on Sirius XM 5 days a week. And he is touring with that and touring in and out of the studio with that, traveling with WWE. If he has this, is there a consideration that maybe he exposed someone else? At what point did he have it? Who else could be exposed to this? You know, those things all come up. And we know people are going to say that in the comments, but he's confirming this as well. What's he saying?
Yeah, man. So today, Pat McAfee took to Twitter to announce that he did indeed test positive for COVID. As you guys can see, he mentions that he is fully vaxxed. He's staying very positive. The caption says, "It's miserable, but thankful that my wife had the boys at the office. I'll take the test and they're all negative. This obviously a sign from the universe, probably telling me that I stink and to stay home for a while. I'll see yins." So it looks like he's in good spirits, but this goes to show you, even though you're fully vaccinated, you can still get this virus, and hopefully it doesn't take him out too long, right? But, you know, the vax brings up the antibodies. Hopefully it kind of subsidizes the main effects of the virus. But, yeah, he got it, so he's probably not going to be on this Friday night SmackDown. So high possibility, probably Corey Graves pulls double duty this week.
There's other people that are available as well. You know, there's people on that. Yeah, I think this is really an opportunity for maybe somebody on the roster who's not doing a whole lot to take that role.
True. Very good. That's actually a really good idea.
If I'm WWE, hey, Dolph Ziggler, hop right in. You know what I mean? And there's people who've been there a long, long time who'd be very, very good at this. Kevin
Owens is a gem on commentary.
Kevin Owens, I think, would be fantastic. You have people that are actively a part of the show. There's Bailey, what are you doing? You want to come down here and do some commentary? Her and Michael Cole will be fun here too. But more importantly, you know, people sending their well wishes here, and of course yelling "Watch out, watch out" at the beginning of the show. I love that. That's become a thing here. People are enjoying that. Other people saying they got the news locally. I got some people following them in Indianapolis as well. Here's the thing. I think it's smart. You know, can you throw that image up again if you could?
Absolutely.
Post it. I appreciate that you did this as well. The image that he tweeted, the tweet he did here. I'm looking at the tweet. So he has that at-home test. That test on the left, I've taken twice. So the test on the left is like an antigen test, and anyone who says, I don't want to get vaxxed or anything like that, I'm not doing like the pro-vax speak thing. This is just reality.
Stay objective, Kevin. Stay objective.
I am objective, but you can get tested very easily. Getting tested in the beginning of the pandemic was very, very hard to do. Now it is incredibly easy to get tested. Like, you can get at-home tests for this. No different than you can get an at-home pregnancy test. And you can take multiple of them, and you can buy a pack of them, and it's not out of reach. Where I am in Chicago, I could literally walk down around the corner, go to a place, walk into a building, a former pet store that a part of my city is renting, and they're subsidizing this, and I can get a COVID test with response in 15 minutes.
Yep, same here. You can go to the nearest CVS and get it done.
If not getting the shot is your thing, get tested all the time. And it sounds annoying, but if you can do it and it's so easy to do and you're not going to endanger anyone else, and that's what it's about. It's really about not endangering anyone else. And maybe for you, it's just not having the inconvenience of, I got it, now I'm giving it to somebody, and then, all those things. All right, you want to be completely unempathetic towards the needs of other people. Fine, that's good for you. But good on Pat for doing this. And this is something Pat needed to do. I guarantee you Pat has been testing himself like crazy, and has to do that. And that is the protocol that WWE has or has had for some time since the summer. And we heard in the summer, there were plenty of people that didn't want to go to WWE unless they knew people were testing like crazy. Sami Zayn was one of them. Roman Reigns was one of them. Kevin Owens went on the record, said, I lost a member of my family and you guys need to do more. And I would feel more comfortable if you did. And they enacted fines and different things like that. People got fined. People got fined for this. And then, then there's speculation. We don't know it. She hasn't said it. Sasha Banks is off SummerSlam, and we don't know why. And a lot of people assume that it was COVID. Now, mind you, she hasn't said it, so we're not gonna say that.
Yeah, we can't.
But at this point, a lot of people expect that to be the explanation. If she
unforeseen
circumstances, right? So now, if she doesn't. Plenty of people say. Also, AEW is not absolved of this either. There was a lot of guys that got it there. There were a lot of guys and gals who got it there who just didn't say that they had it at the time. And the way that AEW works is you could not be on TV for 2 weeks and they can run promos or something. And maybe you're all right. And then we'll have you come back and cut some promos live and you're not wrestling until you get yourself back into rhythm here. Bucks had it. Jericho had it. Plenty of people. So... there is a way to exist with this. I'm not a fan of shutting everything down at the same time, but I think you got to do your own part. You got to do.
Absolutely.
Florida, tough time by you guys.
Over here, I don't even want to really get into that because it's just everything. Everything just turns political as soon as when the word COVID comes up and mask and vaccine, it just turns into this whole thing and it just makes the things worse. Yes. So I'm glad that Pat McAfee put it out there, let everybody know that he's okay. We've been living with this virus now for over a year and a half. So now we know if you're vaccinated, you may get it, but you know what? You're not going to die from it.
You're not going to the hospital.
You're most likely not going to the hospital.
And you're not going to have a severe case of it. I have a friend of mine, comedian, doing shows, has a side job, vaccinated, has an infant child, right? Got it. Kicked her ass. Totally kicked her ass for a week. And she was vaccinated completely. And she's like, this is the risk I take doing the jobs I do, and I go and do comedy shows and I know that. Mask, all those things, test. I get tested at least every 2 weeks when I know I'm going to stuff. I'm going to go to Riot Fest. I'm going to have to get a test before I go to that. And I'm vaccinated, and I'm near the end of my vaccination window. So I got to do as much cool stuff as I can do before I have to get a booster shot or something like that. So there's that. I just, hey, we have some people saying they're in Tampa. It's crazy shiz these days.
It really is. It's here in Florida. It's out of control. They just closed down one of the schools because over 70 students had COVID-19. So the thing is real, guys. It's still out there. One of our favorite commentators on SmackDown got it. Plenty of wrestlers have gotten it. Guys, get vaccinated. It's fully FDA approved now. So go ahead and get it done. Just help us out so we can get out of this.
Yeah.
All right. But enough of sad news and depressing news. Let's get into the second story here because last Friday, CM Punk made his long-awaited return to the industry that we know of. Pro wrestling. You were there live, Kevin, and Tony Khan had lots to say about that today.
Lot to say about it here. Fire up this graphic for me. Tony Khan dubbing this the best deal he's ever done. Nope. I thought maybe the TNT deal of getting AEW on television may have been a slightly better deal. And then the re-up. Also, the other deal that he scored that I think is very key is re-upping AEW right before the pandemic started. Like
Yeah.
re-upping them right before the pandemic started, which I thought was a cool, good timing. Like kind of securing that bag and that slot before everything got cool. Because what if they could have been affected by that, right? Like there's plenty of it to the TV shows that got affected by that. You wonder if they would have had that deal come up in March. If TNT would have been like, let's ice this show for a little bit. Maybe we won't run this. In concerning what it's doing here. Jamie saying maybe they should have put Vince McMahon on commentary. I would love that. That would be great. Vince McMahon is pestering Michael Cole on commentary.
Michael Cole, God damn it, pal!
You didn't call anything a maneuver. So this news though, with Tony Khan saying this is the best deal he's ever done. Next to Jericho, this is definitely the biggest name they've ever signed.
I absolutely have to agree.
And that's no rip at anyone else there.
No.
I'm talking about in terms of popularity. The numbers, the metrics are there. I mean, you're talking about a guy who was solidly number one on Google Trends, not just Twitter or an individual social media thing. Worldwide number one on Google Trends for 6 hours after this news happened. They went from 750,000 viewers in their debut episode to 1.1 average overnight viewers the next week, and they didn't advertise that he was going to be there. It's all based on a rumor.
It's all based on a rumor.
Yeah. What is the AEW Dynamite number going to be this week? Because he's going to be on that tomorrow night.
And tonight, it's going to be a good episode. So make sure you guys tune into the debrief tonight.
He's dubbed it Milwaukee. He's going to be up in Milwaukee. He's very familiar up there too. Chicago. One of our best suburbs is Milwaukee. People in Milwaukee love hearing that too. They love hearing that they're in a completely different city, in a different state. We call them a suburb, but it's true. And yeah, so it's definitely the best deal. He's definitely the best thing they've scored since Jericho in terms of like an individual signing. I don't think that's debatable.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that. And Tony Khan had a lot to say about that today when he joined Le Batard and Friends South Beach Sessions, and he talked about what went down last Friday at AEW's Rampage, the first dance, and he just to kind of put everything, because he says a lot in this interview. He mentioned that the investment or the deal that he made with CM Punk has already been made up for in this short window amount of time that we have. He's already made up for that money. Not that he cares about the money, but he feels that the reaction that he got from the crowd, the sale of the T-shirts on Pro Wrestling Tees, the amount of attention on the internet, he feels that this is absolutely the best deal he has ever done with AEW and with another star.
Shout out to Lucky Watchman from South Africa saying CM Punk, best of personality. Keep up the good work, guys. Thank you so much, Lucky. Appreciate you watching the show. If you haven't done already, go ahead and share the link with your friends. If you don't share the link, you stink. If you haven't hammered the like, all right. Do like your friend like Mike and hammer the like. You got sound effects now?
Because I don't have my soundboard, so I got to use my.
Okay. Yes, go ahead and do that as well. If you haven't checked it out, we also have a podcast of the show, audio podcast up now on Apple, Spotify, all your podcast apps. Thanks for putting us on the charts. We're on the charts. We're in the top 100 on the wrestling charts in the United States, Australia, Philippines, and Ireland, which I really, really appreciate. Thank you so much. So thank you guys for doing that here. Yeah. So what's next for AEW? They got him and Darby Allin. Obviously, I think that's what the point of tonight's going to be. They're going to throw some gasoline on that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Tonight's going to be a pretty pumped up show. I mean, we got 2 hours of it tonight. So make sure you guys tune in tonight at 10 p.m. because we got the debrief. We're going to cover everything that goes down tonight on Dynamite and what went down last night on NXT, because NXT was pretty good too.
Pretty damn good. Some moves being made by NXT to secure the bag of one individual superstar. Everyone doesn't know what the future of Adam Cole is. Update on him. Everyone's asking every single day. The update on Adam Cole is that he is going to be a part of a new faction. Yet at the same time, Pete Dunne is going to be a part of a new faction. Adam Cole is just a free agent at the moment. So it's all up in the air here. It's all up in the air as to what they're doing. What do you think of Pete Dunne? Give me the latest on Pete Dunne here.
Yeah, man. So Pete Dunne today, we find out that Fightful is actually reporting about Pete Dunne's status with WWE. And it says that the former NXT UK champion has been offered a new contract by the company. There's still no word on the length of the deal, but different numbers have been floated depending on their source. This is coming from Fightful. Again, there's no word if Dunne has signed an extension or if he's planning to re-sign. But looking at what happened last night, he has a faction now. He's probably going to be pushed as one of the top heels on NXT. I just can't think of a way where it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and also I think it's a sign of if they were able to present this before his deal is up, maybe he's on a short-term extension and they're able to do something with him and he can see if he likes to stay. He likes this and he'll stay. Is this more conducive to his life as someone who's also from the UK? Is that good for his family? There's a lot of other, things that are there. Do you think Pete Dunne stays with him? Because I'm of the thought where I do think there is this bandwidth cap that I keep bringing up. Not everyone can go to All Elite Wrestling. That opportunity isn't there. The opportunities in Europe are almost non-existent. So you got to think if you're in NXT UK, you feel good because ICW Progress can barely survive. Like what can they do besides redo their content and maybe do a show here and there, right? So they're in that tough spot, and they have harder restrictions than we have here in the United States. So
I think he signs. I think he resigns. I think they just gave him a faction. They gave him Ridge Holland. He's being pushed on one of the top guys now. I think he's going to stay. There's no reason to put all those guys behind him if you're just going to let him walk.
Absolutely, I agree here, and it would be interesting if it happens that he leaves. So obviously everyone's asking us about Adam Cole, baby. We covered this extensively on our episode yesterday if you want to check it out, but I don't mind taking questions about it. Greg wants to know, does Adam Cole have a 90-day non-compete? That is commonly known when somebody leaves WWE. There's some 90-day non-competes that are coming up soon. From Braun Strowman, the classic guys that he was released with.
Yeah, but he's NXT though.
Yeah, a lot of different people. The NXT non-compete when you're released from there and you have an NXT contract is 30 days. So that comes up a little bit quicker. But does Adam Cole have one? From what we know, Adam Cole does not. So Adam Cole would be absolved of his most recent short-term WWE deal, which was signed earlier this summer. And that would absolve him of that deal this Friday. That would be Friday, the August 27th. He'll be not allowing him to show up on Dynamite tonight if he is going there. I'm of the thought that, yes, it does seem like he's going to All Elite Wrestling. There's been a lot of teasing of it. There's been a lot of nods towards it by the Bucks on social media, though crazier things could happen. It would be interesting, though, if the collective of AEW stars who know that their fans pay attention to every little Easter egg that's dropped, every little crumb. If you are the ET alien, they are leaving little Reese's Pieces for you to follow. And
ET phone call.
Yes, phone call, right? All those different things, right? And Adam Cole has socialized with people in AEW, and it's been on social media, and he's been at a party with Tony Khan. He's been in the same room with the guy. It's not. I'm not.
Significant other is the women's champion.
Yeah, so it's not out of reach here, guys. Right?
Exactly.
And they have a ton of history with the Bucks. It's all the dots you can see are there. Now, crazier thing would be if he showed up on Monday Night Raw, if he showed up on SmackDown. I don't see him showing up in NXT again. He's done everything he can do there. But
I want to see him on Raw, man. I really want to see him get that push. I just feel like if he moves over to AEW, it's too predictable. Okay, it's like a far gone conclusion. He's going to go to AEW. But what if he does stay? Raw can use a guy like Adam Cole, baby. That's all I'm saying. What about this question here from Jay Feliciano? This is your boy from that knows a thing or two.
Thank you so much to Jay. Jay has been a real credit to a lot of things that we're going to be doing in the next 48 hours. And I'm very, very thankful for him in that regard, Jay. So, yeah, 48 hours, guys. We're going to have something really, really cool. I want to tell you that. I can't tell you what it is, but it's going to be really, really awesome. Especially as we get 20,000 subscribers. It's going to be really, really cool. With a forbidden door open, should go close your forbidden door. Should free agent talent feel good about signing anywhere they find the best deal opposed to the best platform for exposure? Well, it's a completely different market, I think, now for a free agent televised wrestler. It's a completely different market. Is the money going to be the same in the top two companies as is outside of it? Not in terms of guaranteed money, I would appear. With WWE, you're going to have the most, I think you're going to have the hardest travel commitment. I can say with AEW, they don't do house shows. They do the one dates, the loops. You come in, you do that. And they have other commitments and other things you do, but I would not describe it nearly as intense as what WWE does, where they're going to want to do house shows. I think at least it appears that way. And they're going to want you to still do TV and all this different things. So you would have some hard loops there for them. Plus the marketing, you're constantly doing promo for them. So it depends on what's best for you in your life and your style and the performer you think you can be. And I think there's plenty of people that are good for WWE and good for AEW. I think there's plenty of people that got released that will be working again. And I think the real people benefits are the independents. I think the independent wrestling scene is going to be very interesting. More and more people get vaccinated.
Completely agree
if there's
with
more
that.
and more shows, it's going to be wild. I mean, imagine a Braun Strowman in GCW. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but they would boom out of the building and he would wreck somebody and it'd be a spectacle. I mean, Matt Cardona, formerly known as Zack Ryder, comes in and flips the world upside down in GCW, which is its own cult-like bubble, and I mean that in the best way possible. And it is moving the needle, but it's an active group, right? And it's very much hardcore wrestlers. It is ECW in the modern way, and they have roughneck guys that you would not ideally see on AEW or WWE. I mean that as a compliment as well. And then he comes in as the like antithesis of what a GCW wrestler is.
Yeah,
wins their title and they cover him in garbage and it's over like Rover. And so, there's a lot of people who can get that type of heat or get that type of pop too. So I mean, Adam Cole, I think he's absolutely going to wrestle in PWG, which is the big independent on the California coast, where he had a lot of great matches. I think he'd be fantastic there. So there'll be a lot of really, really exciting stuff here. Other people in terms of what's going on here, who's moving where. Lori wants to see Adam Cole versus Rollins. She'd like to see that.
Oh my God, that'd be. Let me get a triple threat. Actually, let me get Balor, Cole, and Rollins.
I'm down for that.
That'd be unbelievable.
Crystal Black, Adam Cole on SmackDown. I'd be down for that. I think they need him more on Raw if they're going to pull him up to the main roster.
Agreed.
And other people with different takes here. Oh, it's also worth knowing, Victor bringing up Impact here. You have some names like Buddy Murphy, now Buddy Matthews, excuse me, and Braun Strowman. Could they go to Impact? Matthews is teasing something. Everyone thinks it means he's going to AEW, but he has not alluded it. And so I'm of the thought, I think Impact is in a very, very good position here, because if you wrestle in Impact, 9 times out of 10, you have a very good shot of doing something in AEW. Doesn't mean everyone gets to do it. There's some people who don't get to do all of that. But you do probably get to work with some people from AEW, and you get to work with a great roster they already have an Impact and possibly collaborate with New Japan. So I think that's a good spot for anyone to be in. Now, is the money going to be the same as AEW? I don't know. But the comfort level is going to be a little bit more, because you go in, you do your taping for 3 days, you bust your ass, and you don't have to go back for another 2 months. And so there's a lot to be said. And then there's probably some flexibility to do independent dates outside of that maybe you can't do somewhere else. I can tell you there's a handful of guys I know that work AAW, top independent in the Midwest, that I'm working for. We're sold out September 2nd. Fight.tv destination pay-per-view, just locked in a huge match. Davey Richards, haven't seen him in wrestling in a long time, going to be taking on AEW star Danny Garcia. So you see some AEW guys are able to work some other shows as well.
Very cool.
So that's going to be on Fight.tv September 2nd. So I mean, it's an open world in an exciting way. WWE letting a lot of people go opens up a lot of opportunities. It depends on the individual person.
Some people on the internet are abandoning the term forbidden door, and they're replacing it with a new term. Kevin, have you heard of this new term?
What's that?
The wrestling multiverse. It is officially the professional wrestling multiverse, and I am going to adopt that from now on.
I don't mind the forbidden door because it's already open. It's been open for a while.
It's the multiverse. It's the multiverse, I say.
It's the multiverse, I declare. And it'll be interesting if WWE takes on a concept of this as well in terms of who they want to partner with. We heard months ago that they were talking to MLW, but they haven't, done anything.
Haven't heard anything from that yet.
And will they work with other organizations in the United States? And Nick Khan, who's one of their top executives, has reportedly said, we are open to that idea if it's right for us. So is Triple H. So I wonder if they're going to see what AEW is doing and try and do something there as well. I wouldn't be surprised.
Me neither. I would not be. We'll see.
Absolutely. It's a busy time in wrestling. A lot of content really for you right now to consume. So much up on our YouTube channel. All of our interviews from SummerSlam. Sheamus, a hilarious one. You had a great chat with Jimmy Hart too. I loved your.
Yeah, that was a really good one. Yeah, he was really happy to be on camera.
The WWE tryout. We spoke to a lot of different people. Samoa Joe was there. Drew McIntyre was there. Nikki ASH was there. Also, Faithy J. She just signed with WWE and has been in the scene of independent wrestling. She wrestled on WOW for a long time, Women of Wrestling, and now she just signed a WWE deal 20 minutes after that conversation. She still has the Performance Center tryout shirt on, and she's still huffing and puffing after a hard 2-day tryout and is talking to us. So that is available to you right now on the Sportskeeda Wrestling YouTube channel. If you haven't done already, go ahead and follow us on the other socials. We're on the Snapchat. We're doing stuff in the Snapchat. Our Snapchat's blowing up. We got hundreds of thousands of people watching our Snapchat. I thought that was done. But apparently people eating up the Keeda while we're there. And I'll just remind you, I can't say exactly what it is because I don't know exactly how much I'm going to get from it. That's why I've been not telling you what it is. But I can say whatever I'm going to get is going to be significant.
It will. But you know what? Just leave them at the. Just don't even say anything else. Just give me the key. Give me the key. Give me the key. Thank you. I'm gonna put it right here in my pocket. All right. So now, since you can't speak right now and say anything else, I'm going to plug in my stuff. All right. Guys, I got an exclusive interview right now with Jinder Mahal right now on YouTube where he talks about possibly bringing back the Great Khali. So go ahead and check that out. I also have a great interview with Damian Priest before he won his United States Championship. That's also exclusively on YouTube. You can check out my show, Weekends of Wrestling, every Thursday night, 8 p.m. here on Facebook. And tonight we got the debrief. We're going to cover AEW Dynamite. We're going to cover NXT, what went down last night and tonight. It's all going to go down live tonight at 10 p.m. here on the Sportskeeda Wrestling channel. Hold on, let me give you your key back.
That's a fun bit. So people are already guessing about what this is in the chat. I'm not saying anything. Yes, people asking, did we like Karrion Kross's Ring attire? We touched on this a little bit yesterday.
Oh, we tore that apart yesterday.
We tore that apart yesterday. Definitely go get it on. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If you haven't done already, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hammer that like button. I think we can get more button mashing out of you right there. We're doing the top story of the day, by the way, every weekday right around this time. So make sure your notifications are on so you know exactly when we go live. Sometimes we go around like 5:20 Central. Sometimes we go around 6:20 Eastern around that time. It depends on when the news kind of falls. All right, we got everything we think we need. We jump right in. But we also do breaking news all the time. I'm of the thought that there is going to be some breaking news in the next 72 hours.
Yes.
We're waiting for confirmation on.
Yes.
And
big breaking news.
You spoiled it, Christopher. I signed with the WWE. You spoiled it. You ruined it. Remember that when Vince McMahon was yelling at Austin?
You ruined
it. So that is not the case. That'd be cool. But yeah, we have a lot going on. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel and everything we do. I also have a big streaming comedy event that's going to be.
What you got going on, Kev? Tell them what you got going on.
It is going on, but I have this going on Thursday. I do want to shout out this though. I want to shout out this great event that was announced today. This is from our friends at Pro Wrestling Tees. And they're doing some really, really cool stuff. This is going down on Thursday, September 2nd, starting at 5 p.m. in the Wintrust Field in Schaumburg, Illinois, not too far away from where All Out is going to be that weekend. All the stars of All Elite Wrestling taking on the staff of Pro Wrestling Tees and a charity softball game. This is really, really great charity they're raising money for. Paws Chicago, which helps at-risk animals and helps animals get adopted in the greater Chicagoland area. An absolutely deserving charity. Thunder Rosa, Kaz, Colt Cabana, Boom Boom, Sean Spears, and over 15 different AEW stars, including Jungle Boy, Wardlow, and Darby Allin, all going to be there. So you can definitely go check out that event and get more information at ProWrestlingTees.com. Do you want to shout that out? They're doing some great charity work there the week of All Out.
I might just have to fly up to Chicago just to go to that event.
My streaming comedy event is going to be going down on Thursday, 12 p.m. Pacific. And this is going to be with Joke Pit Events. So you're going to be able to see me do stand-up comedy stuff, like goofy type of things I do here. There is tickets for it. All the links are up now on my Twitter at Kev Kellum. That is at Kev Kellum. It's a weird time. I have to do jokes early in the day. It's an odd time to do comedy. But so I'm used to doing it with the smell of light beer in the air.
Yeah, you can do a bit about day drinking in Florida.
Yeah, so this is all going to be on Zoom. It's Comedy in English, as it's called, and we're going to be streaming at 12 p.m. Pacific. It's pretty early for me to be doing jokes there. I'm really looking forward to a great international offering, especially for fans who are watching overseas, a way to check out all the comedy stuff I'm doing. The links are up now on my Twitter, at Kev Kellum. So we're going to keep busy, man. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. We are almost there at 20,000 subscribers. We're so thankful of it.
Subscribe. Smash the notification bell.
Smash, like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. We'll be back tomorrow with more breaking news in the world of wrestling. And until then, we ask you to do the thing where you watch AEW, you watch NXT, you watch the debrief tonight, and you enjoy what? What's the rest of it?
Enjoy wrestling, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.